My name's Averill Bromfield. I'm the founder of Averill Sharper Uniforms. I founded it in 2003, and we're located in Boston, Massachusetts, but we ship all over the USA, all over the country, all over the world. We focus on clubs, city clubs, golf clubs, tennis clubs, yacht clubs. I'm a sailor myself, sailboat racer. We were established in the year 2003. Okay, someone always said, right now you're probably getting tired after lunch, so to sort of wake you up, someone always said start off your talk with a picture of a baby or pets. So to grab your attention, actually one of these Boston Terriers are ours, the other one is my daughter's. She had to give the other one up to us because she had a baby, and 2 Boston Terriers were too much with a baby. So that's that. Okay, the show today was how not to spend $1 million, but look like $1 million in your staff uniforms. And that's what we focus on. Okay. So I'll try to give you some hints and show you some samples and some things different that you can do with your uniforms for your staff employees. The biggest thing is to make sure your provider is stable, but more importantly is when you do purchase uniforms, most of them are off the shelf, that they've been in the line for 5, 6 years, or they'll sit in the line for 5 or 6 years. For instance, white tuxedo shirts, black vests, they're never going to go out of style. They'll always be available. But newer, trendier things, sometimes you're going to be careful because they may last only 1 or 2 years. You go to reorder, and guess what? You got to order a whole new style, and that means you got to renegade the uniforms that you have to the closet. Okay. The way to go in uniforms is you either buy uniforms off the shelf, which is, I think, the preferred way. We have done custom uniforms where we actually make a custom shirt, but again, it's a big process, very expensive. I mean, your shirts, blouses can go for $80 a piece. You got to pick out the fabric, you got to do a prototype sample, and then you order the uniforms, and then of course there's always the employee turnover, or you need more employees, so you got to order more custom, and custom usually takes, if it's made in the US, 30 to 45 days, so I try to sway our customers away from that. Okay, off the shelf today there's many styles. Your vendor should be able to offer you the style shirt in both men's and ladies. Okay. Ladies today, what's very popular is a 3/4 sleeve blouse. This happens to be a no iron. No iron is very popular. 3/4 sleeve blouse with a V-neck, and a lot of these styles you can't get button up to the top. But for the ladies in the hospitality industry, 3/4 sleeve is very popular. And the men's shirt typically is long sleeve. Okay, the men's shirt you can get short sleeve, but most places go with the long sleeve. Sometimes tattoos have become an issue in the industry, so that's where some places just require long sleeve, period. Okay, there are fabrics that they can roll up over their arms. That's what I call skin color. That'll block the tattoo, but I haven't seen that too much in the industry. Okay. The way to customize your uniforms without spending $1 million is you can, there's a few methods. Most people embroider the logo on the left chest, over the heart. I once had an embroiderer tell me, I said, why does everything go over the left chest? And he goes, because it's close to your heart. That was the reason he gave. Okay. Screen printing is another way to go. on more on T-shirts, and then heat transfer, heat seal is another way to go. Let me show you some examples. Okay, T-shirt is screen printing. Okay, basically the way charges work for most people is it's based on the number of colors and number of locations. So for instance, this shirt has one location here in the back and then one location on the front. And it looks to have, I don't know, about 4 different colors in the screen print. So they base it on 2 locations, 4 colors. There's a startup charge to make the screens, and then to run them, it's probably the least expensive over embroidery, over heat seal. Okay, but typically most people put them on T-shirts. Embroidery, they typically put on, the dining shirts or polo shirts. Okay, so this is the embroidery here. Embroidery, the way the charges typically work from your vendors is there's a digitized cost. You send a file to the uniform company, either a PDF or a JPEG file. Okay, the cost can run from $65 to $95 to a one-time charge to digitize, and it's just the sew-out cost. So to sew something out like this can cost about $4 to $5. It's all embroidery is based on the thread count. Okay, so how many threads are in this, and when we digitize the logo, that tells us how many threads are in it. Okay, and a lot of times you just use the background of the shirt. If you have a circle, the circle could be in white, and the background would be the fill, they call it the fill of the circle, would be the color of the shirt. You can embroider the center of the circle with thread, but of course then your thread count's going to go up, and it's going to cost more. Okay, an example of a heat seal. Heat seal really works well for reflective. Okay, so on this jacket, it's basically a high-tech sticker. I think all your T-shirts, undergarments, underwear, you know how they have all those annoying labels on the back of the neck? Okay, well now it's like printed on the shirt. That's basically a heat seal. Okay, so that's become very popular rather than having the labels there. Most people cut out the labels when they get those garments. And here we did left chest over the heart logo. Okay. So it's important that the valet, if you do a valet, that they have reflective outerwear or polo shirts, be reflective. Because the common color in most hospitality is black. Okay, but at night you don't want your staff to be in. You want them to be seen as the cars roll by the front entrance. Okay. Also, to save yourself money, because of Amazon, Amazon's enabled this. The biggest thing Amazon's known for is free shipping. Okay. You should be able to get free shipping on everything. Usually there's a minimum, a small minimum. Right now we do about $90, and you put a coupon code in on the website. But you should, if you don't, today you should request and get free shipping from your supplier. Okay, and you can thank Amazon for that. I find giving discounts, at least people mentally, they think they're getting the world when they get free shipping. Maybe they are, but so that's what forced us into free shipping for everybody. Okay, so that's a good way to save money because your shipping costs can add up, especially if you're across country from your supplier. Okay. And shipping with UPS, FedEx is based on distance and weight, and now they're both doing what's called dimensional weights. That I really don't know a lot about, but You know, if it's light but it takes up a lot of space, you know, they're going to charge you for that. So that's what they call dimensional shipping. Okay. Okay, polo shirts. Getting into some factoids, I call. Okay. Most polos are button up. Okay. This shirt is brand new. It's I'm getting into fabrics now. Typically, most of your shirts and blouses you wear 65% poly, 35% cotton. And that washes well, durable, does well. Recently I went on a vacation, and my wife purchased me some designer polos, Peter Millar, and they were 9% spandex. And it felt really comfortable. And those were about $90. Well, we've just come out with some. This is 9% spandex. They call the hand, in the industry, the hand is when you go like this, and that's how it feels. The hand on this is wonderful. This is 9% spandex, and these go for about $20, $25. So it just shows you, you know, retail designer versus, you know, business wear. There's a lot less. So anyway, typically, those are ladies, but ladies, you can get either a V-neck. They sometimes call it a Johnny collar, okay? And the factoid that I call about ladies is ladies typically only go about halfway down the arm, between the shoulder and the elbow. Men's polo shirts go down to the elbow. Why? I don't know. It's just something that we've noticed with polo shirts. So, yeah, polo shirts, cotton, 100% cotton is still available, poly cotton, and all your moisture management shirts are all 100% poly. But the polyester today is not your parents' poly. It's fantastic, it's durable, wears like iron. Like I always say, you can run it over with a Mack truck and it'll still wash up, clean up really nice. So, you know, another thing you should always get from your vendors is free samples, okay? There's no reason why they can't supply you with free samples, unless it's, you know, we are selling washable suits now, okay? And those can be expensive, so, yeah, it's big in the hotel industry, the washable suits, because typically the hotels use dry cleaning. And you know what dry cleaning costs are like, yeah. Same with hemming. We sell mostly tops to the country club industry, but if you get pants, we offer free hemming, okay? And your vendors should offer you free hemming. If you take it to your local, and what's nice about it is, if we hem it, you can return it, okay? And if you take it down to your local tailor, they may charge you $20 to hem a pair of pants. So that's, you know, $20 times however many pants you're getting. Okay. Way to make it easy between lunch service and dinner service, sometimes that can be difficult. If you have multiple uniforms, if they got to get ties, I mean, less pieces the employee has to deal with is better, because they lose them. I mean, they don't come to work with them. Things like that. So ways to spice it up is you can go with, you know, the plain shirt at night with the point collar, and they can wear the tie, or at lunch not wear a tie, and at dinner they can go to a zipper tie. Okay, the zipper ties are nice because typically, at least in the Northeast, there's a lot of young help, ladies and men, that don't know how to tie a knot. So I'm wearing one here where it just zips right up, and the knot is perfect every time. So everybody's knot looks the same, and it zips up. They're pretty durable. They'll last a good time, and economically they're $12 or less. I mean, for a poly tie, you can't get them in silk. You can't get them logoed, and you can even get them manufactured with your logo in it. And that's done over in China. So one way to differentiate between lunch and dinner is wear a tie at dinner and no tie at lunch, and that makes it easy. As far as fabric selection, when you're picking colors, I always tell my customers, don't look at the samples under fluorescent lights. You should look at the sample shirt color under the venue's lighting. Okay, here's an example. I guess you'd call this goldish or goldish brown. It pretty much looks all the same color. Okay, but and I've had customers come to us with designers, and they say it has to be PMS, the Pantone matching color. There's a color number for every color in the world out there, and it's done by the Pantone matching system. And the designer says, "Oh, it's got to be this color," but he's not in the venue's lighting. So I can this all looks like this is the same fabric, same color. But if I rip it, this is tougher than I thought. Let me see here. Okay, now if I go over here and I go over here, you may say on the eyes at least, human eye, it looks like two different colors. That's all because of the way light reflects. Okay, so it's important to have your samples in the venue, in the restaurant, out in the outside patio, and that way you can achieve the color you're looking for to match the concept color of your restaurant dining. Okay. Okay. New products that are out there. I mentioned no iron suits. This happens to be a no iron blouse. What's recommended for washing is to wash it, no chlorine, put it in the dryer on low heat, take it out when it's almost dry. That's the thing about dryers. Dryers are what beat up the shirt more than anything else from the heat. The heat breaks down the fibers. So if you can take it out while it's a little damp, hang it up, and you'll get a finished look, and you won't have to worry about ironing it. Sometimes, depends how much your employees stuff in the dryer, you may have to do a touch-up iron. A lot of new apron styles have come out. I know at least our clubs, they don't use a lot of aprons, but the denim aprons seem to be a big change in the industry. And people have gone to the fancy denim aprons, lots of pockets, lots of rivets, zippers. It's a look that you may want to try looking at. One project we did recently, if you have a lot of tournaments or charity events, you could do this in the back of polos. This happens to be in the back of chef coats. But for your sponsors, here's an example of embroidery. Okay, that this customer wanted. This is a lot of stitches. I think it took 3 hours. They had 50 jackets. It took the machine 3 hours to sew this out. And you can see embroidery really pops because it's three-dimensional. Okay, and the sponsors, these were the gold sponsors, silver, bronze, the bigger letters where the sponsors obviously had donated more to the event. Okay, but something you might want to think of, put it on the back of polos for the staff to walk around on a one-time event, or to even give to your supporting vendors for the tournament. But yeah, this was a one-time project we did, and it was quite a success. We did this for the Massachusetts Restaurant Association, where they had a cook-off with kids from high schools, and they all got these. Oh, another way to change out your from lunch to dinner is to put a button cover on the top button with no tie. So these are plastic little things that you just put over the top button, you button it, and with a white shirt, these look really nice. Sometimes you may see movie stars with a button cover on the very top button. And these things are, they're plastic, they're cheap, and it's, so if they break or they lose them, so what? But these are called button covers. Yes, yeah. It would take a white shirt, or it doesn't have to be white, but yeah, a tuxedo shirt. Yeah, instead of a bow tie. Yeah, yeah. So button covers are a good transition. Yeah, exactly, exactly. So I think I've covered pretty much what I was looking to cover. Does anybody have any questions or comments on issues that they may have with uniforms? Right. If you already have the file made up and it's a .dst file, like Word is .doc, D-O-C, a DST files for embroidery. Yeah, if you have it already, the vendor should be able to, will be able to use it. If you want to change the size, most logos are 3 1/4 inches wide on the left chest. Okay, so if you did want to change the size, there might be a minor cost to redo it. But yeah, if you have your files all set, and then we always, anytime a customer requests a DST file, we give it to them no charge. I know there's some vendors out there that charge people for it, but they've already paid for the setup fee. So the DST file should be no charge. Okay. Yeah, we're in Boston, and people in California say, "Oh, can you come out?" I'll say, "We don't have any sales reps there." But I find the best way, sometimes we'll get on the phone, go over the website, pick out some items, or they just do it on their own. We'll send them a catalog, and they just have to give us the item number, the color, and the size, and then we send out samples. So whether we meet with you or not, definitely always go through a sample exercise. Okay, and the samples from us at least are free, and that way you know it. If you need a size run, that mean we'll give out 3 or 4 different sizes. But if you want extra small all the way through 6X, we may charge a little bit because that's called the size run. Okay, so the sizes, unfortunately, these days are getting bigger and bigger. Men typically on most of our uniforms, it goes up to 6XL for men, and which is crazy, and that's like a bed sheet. And then the ladies go up to 3XL. Okay. Any more questions or comments about uniforms? I take it you all have a uniform program, and we do have a booth at 602. You can visit us today or tomorrow, and we have a drawing to give away an outerwear garment. Okay. I thank you for your attendance, and that's a wrap.